The text message popped up on her phone at 11:47 p.m. 5 words that would change everything. I win. He chose me. But what the mistress didn't know was that the wife had been 10 steps ahead this entire time. And her revenge? It was absolutely devastating. Meet Sarah. 38 years old. Married for 15 years. 2 beautiful children. A gorgeous home in the suburbs. And a husband named Marcus who worked in corporate finance making 6 figures a year. For a decade, Sarah had put her dreams on hold. She'd wanted to open her own consulting firm, but instead she stayed home to raise their kids while Marcus climbed the corporate ladder. She was the perfect wife. The perfect mother. She did everything right. But Marcus had a secret. Her name was Jennifer. 26 years old. Long blonde hair. Designer clothes. Marcus's coworker from the downtown office. And for the past 2 years, they'd been having an affair right under Sarah's nose. Or so they thought. It all started 6 months earlier with a phone bill. Sarah was sitting at the kitchen table paying the monthly bills when she noticed something odd. Marcus's phone bill showed hundreds of text messages to one particular number. Every single day. Sometimes at 2 or 3 in the morning. Her gut told her something was wrong. That night, while Marcus was sleeping, Sarah quietly took his phone from the nightstand. Her hands were shaking as she unlocked it. She knew his passcode because they'd always shared everything. Or at least she thought they had. What she found made her blood run cold. Thousands of messages. Photos. Videos. Plans for secret hotel meetups. Jennifer sending him explicit pictures. Marcus responding with heart emojis and promises of leaving his wife. Messages calling Sarah boring. Past her prime. Messages laughing about how clueless she was. Sarah sat in the bathroom and cried for hours. But then something shifted. The tears stopped. The hurt transformed into something else. Something cold. Something calculating. Because Sarah wasn't just a stay-at-home mom. Before the kids, she'd been a corporate lawyer specializing in family law and asset protection. She knew exactly how divorces worked. She knew exactly how to protect herself. And most importantly, she knew how to make someone pay. So Sarah made a decision. She wouldn't confront Marcus. Not yet. Instead, she would plan. She would prepare. And when the time was right, she would strike. Over the next 6 months, Sarah became a woman on a mission. First, she started documenting everything. Every text message she photographed. Every suspicious charge on their joint credit card, she saved. Every late night at the office, she noted with dates and times. She hired a private investigator who got photos of Marcus and Jennifer together at restaurants, hotels, even holding hands at the park. But Sarah didn't stop there. She quietly opened her own bank account at a different bank. Started transferring small amounts of money from their joint account. Not enough for Marcus to notice, but enough to build her safety net. $20,000 over 6 months. She made copies of every important document. Marriage certificate. Birth certificates. Property deeds. Investment portfolios. Tax returns from the past 7 years. She photographed every asset in their home. Every piece of jewelry he'd ever given her. Everything. She reached out to old colleagues from her lawyer days and got recommended to the best divorce attorney in the state. The kind of attorney who made men like Marcus cry in court. She even started working out. Joined a gym. Lost 15 pounds. Got her hair done. Bought new clothes. Not for Marcus. For herself. Because when this was over, she wanted to walk away looking better than ever. And through all of this, Sarah played the perfect wife. She smiled at Marcus. Cooked his favorite meals. Kissed him goodbye in the mornings. Never once let on that she knew everything. Marcus thought he was so clever. So careful. Meanwhile, Jennifer was getting impatient. She wanted Marcus to leave Sarah. She kept pressuring him through text messages that Sarah was reading in real time. When are you going to tell her? I'm tired of being your secret. I deserve better than this. Marcus kept making excuses. Soon, baby. I promise. I just need to figure out the finances first. The house. The kids. It's complicated. But Jennifer wasn't satisfied. She wanted what she wanted. And what she wanted was Sarah's life. Then came the night that changed everything. Sarah was upstairs putting the kids to bed when she heard Marcus on the phone in his study. His voice was low but excited. She crept closer to listen. "Yes, I'm going to tell her this weekend. I've made up my mind. You and me, Jen. We're going to finally be together. I'll ask for the divorce on Saturday." Sarah's heart pounded. But she didn't panic. She smiled. Because Saturday was 3 days away. And she was ready. That Friday night, Sarah told Marcus she was taking the kids to her mother's house for the weekend. A little grandmother time. Marcus seemed relieved. Practically pushed them out the door. But Sarah didn't go to her mother's house. Instead, she took the kids to a hotel. And Saturday morning, while Marcus was probably planning his big divorce speech, Sarah struck first. At 9 a.m., a process server knocked on their door. Marcus opened it in his pajamas, coffee in hand. The man handed him an envelope. "Marcus Thompson? You've been served." Inside was a divorce petition. But not just any divorce petition. Sarah was suing for full custody of the children based on parental alienation and infidelity. She was demanding the house. She was demanding 70% of all marital assets. She was demanding alimony. And most importantly, she'd filed a detailed complaint listing every single instance of adultery with dates, times, and photographic evidence. But Sarah didn't stop there. See, what Marcus didn't know was that Jennifer wasn't just some random coworker. She was a junior associate at his firm. And their company had a strict fraternization policy. Especially between senior executives like Marcus and younger employees. So Sarah had also sent a detailed letter to Marcus's HR department. With evidence. Photos of them together at company events. Emails sent on company time using company computers. Hotel rooms booked on the company credit card. By Monday morning, Marcus wasn't just getting divorced. He was fired. And Jennifer? Jennifer was let go too. Because the company didn't want a lawsuit from either of them claiming hostile work environment later. Within 1 week, Marcus had lost his wife, his kids, his house, and his job. But wait, it gets better. Remember that text message? "I win. He chose me." Jennifer had sent that to Sarah thinking she'd destroyed the marriage. Thinking she'd won the prize. Thinking she was getting Marcus and his money and his life. What she got instead was a broke, unemployed, divorced man with a shattered reputation, massive legal bills, and 2 kids who refused to talk to him. Turns out, Jennifer didn't want Marcus when he came with nothing. Funny how that works. Within a month of the divorce being filed, Jennifer broke up with Marcus over text. Said she needed to focus on her career. That she couldn't be with someone so negative. That she deserved better. The same woman who destroyed his marriage didn't want him once there was nothing left to take. Marcus tried to fight the divorce. But Sarah's attorney was ruthless. Every text message was entered into evidence. Every photo. Every hotel receipt. The judge was not sympathetic. Sarah got full custody with Marcus getting supervised visitation every other weekend. She got the house. She got 65% of their assets. She got monthly alimony for the next 10 years. And because Marcus had used marital funds to pay for hotels and gifts for his mistress, the judge ordered him to reimburse Sarah an additional $40,000. By the time it was over, Marcus was living in a 1-bedroom apartment, working a job that paid half his old salary, and paying so much in alimony and child support that he could barely afford groceries. And Sarah? Sarah took that settlement money and finally opened the consulting firm she'd always dreamed of. Within 2 years, it was thriving. She was making more money than Marcus ever had. She was happy, free, living her best life. Her kids were proud of her. Her friends admired her strength. And she never looked back. About 3 years after the divorce, Sarah ran into Jennifer at a coffee shop. Jennifer looked tired, worn down. She'd gained weight. Her expensive clothes were gone, replaced with Target clearance rack basics. She tried to avoid eye contact, but Sarah walked right up to her. "Jennifer," Sarah said with a smile. "How are you?" Jennifer stammered. "I'm fine. Look, about everything that happened." Sarah raised her hand. "Save it. I just wanted to say thank you." Jennifer looked confused. "Thank you?" "Yes. Thank you for showing me who my husband really was. Thank you for giving me the push I needed to finally put myself first. Thank you for being exactly who you were, because it freed me to become who I was always meant to be." And with that, Sarah walked away. Head high. Confident. Successful. Free. Jennifer stood there, alone in that coffee shop, realizing that she hadn't won anything. She'd lost. They both had. But Sarah had turned that loss into the greatest victory of her life. The last anyone heard, Marcus was on his third girlfriend since Jennifer. Still trying to recapture what he'd thrown away. Still bitter. Still alone. Still paying Sarah every single month and being reminded of the worst decision he ever made. And Jennifer? She's still single. Still jumping from job to job. Still posting cryptic quotes on social media about karma and regret. Meanwhile, Sarah just posted photos from her vacation in Bali with her kids. Living proof that the best revenge isn't getting even. It's living so well that your enemies become irrelevant. So remember this story the next time someone betrays you. Don't react emotionally. Don't give them the satisfaction. Plan. Prepare. And when you're ready, strike with precision. Because revenge served cold isn't just satisfying. It's devastating. What lesson did you learn from Sarah's story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you loved this story of legendary revenge, make sure you subscribe because we've got more incredible true stories coming your way. Hit that like button if you think Sarah handled this perfectly. And remember, karma might be slow, but it never forgets an address.